Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Nice mushroom coffee today. I was on for about 10 days, off for about 10 days. Now it's nice to be back to it. And it's so cold out. There's nothing like that first sip of hot coffee in the morning during the cold winter months. It's nice. Well, here's a little warning. I'm going to be dropping some relationship truth bombs, many of them random. If the shoe fits, wear it. If you're easily offended, turn off the video now. Facebook servers are smoking and blowing up from people changing their profile pics in relationship status with every new partner. If you're a Facebooker, it's kind of funny watching that merry-go-round happen. Turn off all the news. Turn it off. All of a sudden you feel nicer, not overwhelmed, lighter. It's miraculous. And then Facebook seems like emotional roller coaster book when you go to it as well. Turn off the news. You must attract the fish to your hook. If they do not come, you blame the fishermen, not the fish. Charles Spurgeon, 1878. Now he's saying that regarding the gospel. That also works in the dating world as well, doesn't it? For single people, you must attract the fish to the hook. If they don't come, you blame the fishermen, not the fish. I love a fireside when a storm is due. I like potato chips, moonlight motor trips. How about you? Frank Sinatra, 1956. Did you ever notice that no one ever says, sorry, I have cardamom breath? You know, there's so many wonderful herbs and spices out there. And as much as I love garlic, I thoroughly enjoy my Middle Eastern, East Indian, and Asian spice journeys. Growing up with garlic everything, as soon as you discover other spices, you kind of go easy on the garlic. Harry says, I know how hard you've been praying and God is answering your prayers. C.S. Lewis says, that's not why I pray. I pray because I cannot help myself. I pray because I'm helpless. Prayer doesn't change God. It changes me. Whatever negative things you are now experiencing in your dating relationship, multiply that times 3 if you get married. A ceremony and a ring does not change a person. The things that you are overlooking now will be amplified. That works for the bad things, not so much for the good things. A key that can open many locks is called a master key, but a lock that can be opened by many keys is a shitty lock. Interesting phrase, right? As an older single man, the best advice I can give to younger single men is this. Give everything time. Everything. People can only be on their best behavior for so long. I never regretted waiting and watching behavior and mindset. I always regretted rushing into things. You never regret not rushing into things. This now starts the string of relationship truth bombs. Gentlemen, when are you going to learn? If you can't trust her as a traveling business person, making her a stay-at-home wife is not going to solve anything. What guy who travels for business doesn't want a discreet affair? Probably very few, and there are a few men. But what guy who's traveling for business, eating at the hotel restaurant, having a drink at the hotel bar at night, striking up a conversation with a female. Now, notice I'm mentioning men, because men are usually more aggressive. Women are more open. When encounters happen, women are more open, men are more aggressive. These things happen in hotels. That's why I used to say, if you want to meet somebody, the best place is a hotel bar. The absolute best place. Forget the clubs. Forget your little bars. Forget your corner Cheers bar. Hotel bars, for men, are the largest, it's the biggest barrel of fish for you. It's zero effort. Go have a drink. If you want to meet a woman, go have a drink at a hotel bar at any given night. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. One, and this sounds like real dog advice, one argument or disagreement with the husband, and she's game at that hotel bar. If you are exclusively dating someone, they are accountable to you 24/7. If it's exclusive. And vice versa, you are accountable to them 24/7. Any lapse in that, hours or days that can't be accounted for, or if they get defensive in any way, if you talk to them, end it immediately. It's done. It's over, Johnny. You're inviting trouble if you keep it going. And this is for exclusive relationships only. People are to be accountable to each other. The minute they get defensive, that's their tell. That's literally when they're unconsciously admitting they are guilty. People don't want you to know the lowdown about them. That's why females and weak men, particularly weak men and females, perpetuate the myth of the feminine mystique. That is why they split and they disappear and they ghost you as soon as you shine the light of truth on them. It's better to understand a woman than to love her. Your task is to understand her, but she doesn't want you to understand her. As soon as she knows that you know, it's crickets. Women want to be loved, not understood. I'm not saying don't love her, men. I'm just saying, but that's secondary to understanding her. The feminine mystique is a myth. The whole concept that a woman cannot be understood. You know, two men talking to each other, you know women. I do know women, and I know them well. And it's better to understand a woman than to love her. They are not mutually exclusive, but you understand her first, and then love her. She does not want you to understand her. She wants to keep up that mystique and that mystery. She doesn't want to know that you know what her behavior and her thoughts are like. When her face changes when you talk to her, when her face changes into something different than you've ever seen before, and I'm talking not in a good way, it's over. It's over, Johnny. It's over. I experienced that once, and I'll never forget. The joy left her. Something happened, her face changed, and at that moment, I said, I am out. I am out. Because I knew she was already out. Made it easy for me. Know the cues, gentlemen. Know the cues. The sudden self-improvement activities of a woman usually point to her desperation. As she's getting older, this is in her head. Increasing her sexual market value, changing the color of her hair, doing things to improve herself. Now, am I against people improving themselves? No, not at all. But the sudden self-improvement activities and the changing of how they look, the before and after. She starts out as a nerd girl. She ends up looking like a runway model. Something's up. That change is not for you, gentlemen. She's increasing her sexual market value and hoping to get another shot at escaping her mundane, trapped existence with you. She's getting ready to fly the coop. That's a sign. You don't need the "they live" glasses to see that. You just need an older, wiser man alerting you to that. Most of you will end up experiencing that because you have to go through things yourself. She had a life before you. You had a life before her. Most of what matters is what happened after you met her. And that's all you're really accountable to each other for, is what happened after you met. Prior to meeting, you take certain things into consideration as factors to see where your relationship might be going. You don't miss her, men. You don't miss her. You miss her body. Replace the body and abracadabra. Then you don't miss her like you did. It's absolutely magic. Men, because you are visual, and you know you're more visual than a woman. Women aren't so much looking for the pictures of handsomeness and strength. They want to feel that. But men like the selfies from a woman. They like pictures. They like to look at a woman. They are visual. And because they are visual, when a man and woman break up, what he misses is the visual. You want to ease the pain? Replace the visual. You don't miss her. You miss her body, her shape, her form, her curves, her breasts, her lips, how she feels, her warmth. You miss that. You might need to clear your palate for a while, but I say replace her and start getting used to a new shape, a new form, new curves, new lips, new warmth. Quickest way to break the habit. Quickest way. Don't quit women. Don't quit them. Replace them. I'm done with women. Okay. Well, then you're also choosing to suffer then, aren't you? Another self-loathing, self-hating, self-deprecating fool. Replace her. And replace her fast. I told you I wasn't going to go easy on you. A gal I know posted a picture of Snow White as to why she is still single. She says, "How are you still single?" And she says, "Here are the guys trying to date me." And there's a list of men: felon, alcoholic, on steroids, sleep around, no sense of humor, broke, bad credit score, creep, liar, can't fix a flat, too young, can't spell, all these things. What is your response to something like that? Some people will say things like, well, she's projecting, look at who she's attracting, and I would say the same thing too. So I guess the trend of this week is raw eggs on Twitter. Twitter cracks me up. So let's combine all the Twitter trends. How about drinking raw eggs while taking a cold shower at 4:30 a.m., right before your deadlift workout, while you're saying all women are like that? What would your combined trend be? If you took all the trends that bros go through, what would it be? It can be kind of funny. Almost sounds like a stand-up comedy routine, doesn't it? And with that, finish your coffee. I told you I was going to be hard on you today. Facts don't care about your feelings. Remember that. I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show, the home of sanity, clarity, and reason.